This interview is the lead singer of French alternative pop band Rosebud. Now, when I tell you this band is we can curse on this network, right?
Of course, internet.
Okay, cool. When I tell you that this band is the shit, I mean, they're that kind of shit that has you on the toilet for a while, you know? Bro, like, these guys are so dope. So dope. We had a really great conversation just about them and their music and what it's like to be sad during pandemic and the kind of music that can come from this societal situation that's killing a bunch of people and making a bunch of people sad and making billionaires and millionaires much more billionaires and millionaires.
Yeah.
Which is really, I won't drop the F-bomb, but it's really fudged up, people. And we're going to talk about that on next week's episode with the Black Arts Collective. So, with no further introduction, I give you the lead singer of Coup Monte, Milan.
And this can totally be just a conversation between two artists.
Okay, that's what I like.
Right.
That's what I'm going for. So, my name is, I'm going to pronounce this the French way. My name is Milan.
Okay.
I'm an 18 years old boy, soon 19.
Okay.
I live in south of France in a city called Nîmes. You probably don't know it. Like, it's one of the biggest cities in south of France, but compared to American cities, Nîmes is not that big. But for France, which is a very small country, Nîmes is pretty big. And I'm doing music. I'm the lead singer of the band Rosebud.
You put air quotes around like Nîmes or the largest city south of France. Why the air quotes? Is it really a small town?
I don't know how many people live in Nîmes. I probably say 200,000 people living in Nîmes.
Okay.
So, I don't know how many people are living in LA or something, but that's quite a lot bigger than Nîmes, for sure.
Hey Siri, how many people live in Los Angeles?
The answer I found is 3,979,576 Q5.
So that's more than 10 times Nîmes. In Nîmes, we don't have subway. We have buses, only buses in Nîmes. So I have to drive. When you live in Nîmes, that's an obligation for you to drive, or you can go anywhere if you don't know how to drive or don't have a car.
What is Rosebud and how did it come about?
Rosebud is my band. We're just two guys in the band. So I had a conversation with my other bandmate. I said, yeah, his name is Marius. I said, hey, Marius, I think it's a better idea if you don't come in the Zoom because I'm going just to translate a lot. He can talk English a lot. He's not really good at it. I think he's going to be one day if I'm his teacher. I'm joking. Well, that's the band we created in 2019, a little bit more than 1 year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And how we created was we had a common friend, and she knew that I wanted to start a band with a drummer because I needed a drummer to play on stage. And one day she came to me and said, hey, this guy so we met in high school in Nîmes, in high school. And she just she said to me, hey, here is Marius, he's playing drums. And I'm like, hey man, do you want to start a band? And he was like, yes, just send me your songs. I'm going to work on it. And we just created the band in 1 minute of conversation.
Wow.
That's how it came.
What kind of music would you say the both of you make?
Um, if we speak like in the philosophy of the band, I like to say that I'm trying to do music just to inspire and make people feel happy and comfortable. But if we're talking about just genre and style, I would say a bit pop rock. Pop rock. I'm a big fan of 21 Pilots. I have just a flag right here. So we're trying to be the little French 21 Pilots without any pleasure or copying or something, but maybe pop more than rock, because rock is kind of scary these days. Saying I'm playing rock, like people don't like rock, I guess.
What? I vibes with the rocks.
But I I think that in France, when you say I'm playing rock and roll, like people are just imagining you just playing hard on the guitar or something, and that's not
Okay.
what we're doing.
Wow. I did not know that. After listening to your album, I'm probably gonna say this wrong.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Monty?
Exact. Coup monté.
Kumonte.
I don't know how I would translate it. Coup monté would be. Um, um, I can translate as prank. A coup monté is something you make up just to trick people. That's the thing. A coup monté.
Okay. So I mean, I can hear the 21 Pilots influence, but it definitely Kumonte is definitely in a league of its own, like in a lane of its own. I think it's very original. It feels very like alternative pop.
Yeah,
Like
alternative.
like bedroom pop.
And
Yeah,
most of it was written in lockdown in France around March and May, June, March, April. So it's really bedroom pop. Just me in this room doing the songs and sending it to Marius, and he was like, "Okay, that's good." And we just kept on making music, and that's how Kumonte came.
I noticed while I was stalking your Instagram, just because I slowly became more and more of a fan of you and Marius. There was this jukebox that kept appearing, and I
Yeah.
found like was this a promotional tactic, or did this jukebox inspire the album?
The jukebox definitely. I like to think in a way that we can take something, take an object, a tool, something, and just fill it with meaning.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, this jukebox, it's in Marius' living room at his house, and we were sitting. I was like, we used to take that and put it on the cover of the album, because um, I never lived this, but I know that back in the days you were going in restaurants and just you put some money in the jukebox and you choose the song to play, and all the restaurant is listening to the song you decided to play. And
Yes.
I think it's a great concept. It doesn't exist anymore in France. I don't know if does it exist in US right now?
Um, it yes and no. It's not in every restaurant, and it's definitely not in every diner anymore. But there are some places in the states that you can find something like this.
So that's how it came about. We were sitting and I was like, we have to use it on the cover of the album, and we used it for a promotion video, and that's the story of the jukebox.
Wow, I gotta say this just having this conversation with you is pretty amazing in the most simplest of ways. Like just because I'm talking to the future.
Yeah, that's really nice. I was just thinking before we're doing this. We had conversations definitely with Marius, and I was like, do you know that maybe we're going to do interviews in English? And that's even if right now we're nobody's even in France, we start to getting a little bit of celebrity in Nîmes right now locally.
Okay. Wow.
That's just locally. So we did some interviews in French, but the idea of doing an interview in English is so cool to me right now, to speak with an American, because you're inspiring to me. When I look at your Instagram, I like how you think about music. And by the way, I really like your hoodie, your shirt. I really like Roland.
Thank you.
So I think that this conversation is more to me than it is to you, because talking to an American for an interview is amazing for me. You don't imagine what's going through my mind right now.
I'm speechless. I'm pretty chocolate skinned, so if I were a little bit lighter, you would see me blushing. Wow, thank you.
Thank you very much for the opportunity of doing this. I'm so happy right now. So let's keep going talking. I like it.
I mean, I just love the relationship that France and Black Americans have had for such a long time. James Baldwin even wrote about it. Yep. That when he's here in the United States, he feels racism, and when he's in France, he feels a bit more welcomed.
Yeah, I really don't want to trash talk the USA, but I think that in France, even though there's a lot of racists, that's a shame, but we're a lot more open-minded than US people in general. Like for me, I don't hope so, but maybe that Trump is going to be reelected. I can't do anything about it. I can vote in the US, and if I could, I would vote for Biden. It seems that in France, when you talk about Trump, 99% of people just think that he's idiot, and nobody would vote for him in France. I'm sorry, maybe I brought up a touchy subject.
Okay. Things like this need to be talked about, and that's the point of this radio show. To be honest, is to make the difficult talking points easier.
Yeah, I like it.
So I want to dive into the psyche of your music. What inspired this album? What emotions inspired this album or this EP?
I think the main emotion, I won't use a word, but more a concept. I feel a lot of us feel. I wouldn't say that I'm a sad man, but a sad boy. That, and especially during lockdown, I felt kind of depressed, just staying at home. And I like the idea of the phrase like, okay, right now it's tough, but one day we're going to get through it and we're going to figure it out and just be happy, maybe for the rest of our lives. And that's a subject that's really talked about in our songs in Commenté. The fact that, okay, right now things are tough, we're young, we're broke. I use broke, maybe that's how do you say? Sorry, I can't find the word.
Not rich.
Yeah, I'm not broke. I'm just not rich. We're young. We have problems. We have to deal with relationships with people. That's kind of hard. But one day we're gonna make it. We're gonna get through it and be happy. And that's what I like to talk about in songs. And that's what Commenté is about a lot.
Are you not happy now?
Right now I am, but for me it's 6 p.m. So tomorrow I'm going to go to class, and I like my studies that are English, but Sundays are pretty depressing. It's raining right now in Nîmes, and I would say that I'm happy, but I find a lot of things in my life that could make me unhappy, because I'm a bit frustrated to not have everything that I want. I know I would never I won't have ever everything that I want. It will be too simple, but I know that I could be better, and that's what making me sad sometimes. But I'm going to get through it, I hope.
Wow. Jesus. I want to applaud your emotional availability.
Thank you.
And
I think being emotional in songs is the most important things, more than genre, songwriting, like chord structures, sound design. I think the most important thing is try to fill the song with emotions, and some people are going to relate to it, and that's what it's all about. I hope that my English is not too broken for people.
No, it's not. It's not. It's perfect. It's perfect. Don't change a thing. Anywho. So what makes you happy? Like at paying so much attention would hopefully I don't want to assume. As you like point out the things that, oh man, I wish I had this, but it's okay because I know I'm gonna have it one day. Or if I don't have it, it's still fine. Like what are some things that you have that you just really love? Like it can be the littlest thing.
I think one of the principal thing is, one day I hope I won't be under the authority of someone. I don't talk about my parents. I just thought about it yesterday. In France, compared to the US, teachers, even at university, are a lot more, I don't know how to say it, like more, they put more pressure on us. My most amazing teacher right now is American. The only American teacher that I have is, he's letting us, the students, be more free about what we think. And in France, the school system is a lot. There's a lot of authority on us, and I don't really like it. Well, maybe I'm wrong, but I think you in the US, you are more free in a way than us. I don't know how you feel about it.
In terms of education, yes and no. So unfortunately, yes, we are free to just be, and sometimes that being can result in being nothing or just not being the best student, not being a free thinker. I I think I wish our education system was a bit more pressured.
Yeah.
Just because, well, pressured in the sense of developing free thinking, developing people to create an original thought. Our problem is we're a job mill. Our education system takes students in, puts them in roles, feeds them information in a tube shoved down their throat. And when it's time to take tests and exams, you're just regurgitating information.
like a goose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's cool that we are thinking the opposite way because we're living kind of opposite things. Well, so to come back to what I was saying, one day, if I say just if I make it into music in France one day, and I'm doing the idea of doing whatever I want is really cool to me, but because I know that I'm not going to, well, I will try the most I can. I'm not going to be outrageous or mean to anybody. I can do whatever I want because it's just about me. I'm not going to hurt people's feelings, I hope. So one of the things that I look up to the most is being free and, you know, maybe one day having a family, having kids, and just being free with them, teaching them what I think is good, and just living my best life in south of France, where it's hot. Well, right now it's raining, but it will be hot.
That's it. Thank you for that segue. What does your best life look like? If completely limitless, what does your best life look like?
I'm completely limitless. So my best life would be I'm the biggest band in France with Marius, and I'm living with my wife, which I hope will be my actual girlfriend. Um, I she will listen to this, so shout out to you.
I love it.
And just living in a big house near Nîmes, because I'm the kind of guy who really likes to be in his hometown. I feel good. I feel that's where I belong. And just making music in my studio, a big old studio. And you know, I don't want to be rich, but I think that just don't the idea of not being worried about your money is kind of cool, and just be happy and try to make people happy around me, and that's my best life, limitless. What's yours?
um, what is mine? What is my definition of a best life? Best life, best life. Making music and not having a care in the world about anything, not having to worry about, of course, the finances, you know.
Yeah.
Being completely addicted to education and to growing and expanding my mind as much as possible, and have done that with the will to continue doing so.
I like the idea of growing your mind. It's a pretty cool concept. Like just keep growing, and yeah, I like it. I like how you think about it. Can you tell me what you like precisely what you're doing in school, like your studies?
I study music theory, so packets and packets of music theory. I study music production and live performance.
That's so cool. That doesn't really exist in France. It exists, but kind of in a way that when you graduated this kind of school, there's the country, France, does not recognize your, I don't know how to say, your we say diploma in France.
Diploma.
Diploma. France won't recognize your diploma as a valuable one. So that kind of school in France kind of sucks because you pay a lot of money just to, at the end, be, okay, now I'm here, I have a diploma, but the country doesn't care about it. Well, that's so cool. You're studying live performance. What's live performance class about? What do you talk about in this? Who's the teacher of this?
Okay, so I can talk about the MAP X Pop forum and Hip Hop Lab. Map X Pop. It's an abbreviated term for musical arts experimental pop. That's my major.
Okay.
And right now, it's a forum where we're sharing our music, what we're working on. We're getting feedback from not only the professor, but each of us in the class, all the students, different other faculty. When we're not like in lockdown due to a deadly bug, we're usually in class and we're usually performing in front of one another. And at the end of the semester, we would have rehearsed and practiced so much, either individually or with a band or with an ensemble, to perform at a showcase at the end of the semester.
It's amazing. I like it.
And then the hip hop lab is taught by, shout out to Avon King, and the co-instructor, shout out to Medusa. Medusa is a very prominent underground female MC.
Okay, it's amazing.
And she's on her stuff. She's on her shit.
I'm going to check it.
Yeah, and Medusa, I'll text it to you.
Okay, thank you.
And for the ones that are listening, MEDUSA, Medusa. But she's constantly feeding us information about hip hop, the history of hip hop, how it's been performed in the past, how it's been written and produced and created, what are like the influences behind it, what's the ingredients in this big pot of hip hop.
It's amazing. For me, it's unreal. This doesn't exist. Well, I like English, but the things I study are a lot more. I don't know how to say, but like history. Okay, it's cool, but it's history classes. It's cool for 2 hours, but when you have to do a whole semester, it's kind of, I don't know. I'm fed up with it at the end, but I like it. And at the end, I'll have a diploma, which will be recognized by friends. So it's cool.
I don't think you're going to need that, though.
I hope so. Every day I'm thinking about it when I'm going to school. I'm like, I hope I'm doing this for nothing. I hope what I'm doing in school is just like, that's my plan B. School is my plan B. My parents know it. My plan A is music, obviously. But I just can't just work on music and do anything because I don't have any money from music. Like when I'm playing a show, maybe I'm like winning $200, but and like I'm spending it in a mic or preamp or whatever, and then I'm poor again. So I have to do studies.
Wow. Yeah. So that is foreign to me here because we don't have a strong independent gig economy. Like in the States, venues and promoters aren't paying.
Okay, so you're playing for
bands.
free. Basically,
Yeah.
you're playing for free. That's lame.
Yes. Yes, it is very, very lame.
Well, in France, I think maybe that's illegal to make a band play and do not pay them. It's illegal to the law, I think. So we're paid every time we play a show, and that's cool. I like it.
I think I'm gonna come stay with you in France for like 2 months.
You can come because we have a health scare, so maybe you can come. And if you're sick, it's free. That's another subject.
Yes, yes, it is. Jesus. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, where can we go with this? Um, Back to my point.
Yeah.
I'm personally I'm an asshole. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm I really don't make too much of an effort to connect with people or artists specifically that don't have a shit ton of talent and then like a shit ton of drive and then like that really create good music. If you didn't create good music, if an artist did not create good music, I don't pursue them. I don't go out of my way to connect. I don't keep up with them. I mean, I pay attention because somebody can go from really shitty to really good
Yeah.
at the blink of an eye.
So I guess it's an honor to be there.
But
I'm a bit
no,
like you. I'm a bit like you. Some people at
yeah,
my high school, when we created Rosebud in high school, a lot of people created the bands, maybe 10 or 15 bands. Um, we were not a lot of people at my high school. We were like 1,200 people. And a lot of them wanted to collaborate with us. And I was like, man, I can't say that I don't like what they're doing, but I'm like, I'm busy. I'm going to sleep right now.
uh, we have to get better at telling people.
Yeah.
I just don't know if you fit me like that. They're just saying it like that. I don't know if we do the same thing.
I think we have to normalize telling people I don't like what you do, because right now I sound mean when I say that, but I think we have to work on it and just make it a normal thing.
Yes. Yeah. So to my point, or where I'm getting at is, I so passionately believe that you and Marius are on the right track. Like you you make very good music. You tell very good stories. And the fact that you're creating a buzz in your hometown is amazing. The fact that like you're playing gigs and receiving compensation. I feel like you're a league ahead of me. So I'm a fan.
We're
I
not.
admire.
Thank you. It's really overwhelming. I would say that, you know what? If someday we get famous, there are not a lot of French bands that made it in the US, the Daft Punks. I don't know if you know a band called Phoenix. It's a French band.
No.
They are friends of Daft, but they are the only French band with Daft Punk to play Madison Square Garden in New York. That's kind of a symbol of making it in the US, playing
Yes.
MSJ. If one day we come to LA for a show, a really small gig, like let's say 50 people, I swear we're going to meet together, because you're the first really American to not believe in us, but yeah, giving us the opportunity to talk to Americans, and I will never forget it, I swear.
No, thank you. Thank you. I this this is my way of creating stepping stones, because I feel like Rosebud and myself could possibly one day tour together. I think that would be a very fun tour to have throughout Europe.
Yeah, it will be amazing. I hope. Right now with the virus, it's it's pretty hard for upcoming artists. I know that we had a lot of gigs planned this past summer, but we played just 2 of them. It was cool, but we had like maybe 10 or 12 just in July and August. So I'm kind of pissed off because just the virus came to me and said, okay, I'm going to just make you late of 1 year, maybe more than I hope. I hope next summer it will be, what the heck, it will be figured out. But I think we have to, when I say we, I talk about artists on the rise. We have to stay focused and just believe in what we're doing, even though the virus just stopped us for a year. I try to not to think about it that I'm late compared to other bands, and I'm just focusing on myself and Rosebud.
That's a good point to make. To wrap this up, I have 2 last questions.
Yeah.
Where did the confidence come from? Like, where did the balls to believe in yourself and to just throw yourself out there and to attach on to Marius and to play live and to create music and push it? Like, where does all this come from?
I think the hardest part of it is believing that you can make it one day. A lot of people are making music and are like, oh, it's just a hobby. And I think the confidence came from just, well, if you think about it really calmly, people are making it in the music industry. So that's really dumb, but why not me if they can? Like, there are a lot of artists in France right now, they are putting out pretty bad music, like everywhere, and they're making it. They played stadiums, like millions of views. So why not me? I think the confidence came from the sentence, why wouldn't I be famous one day and play music in front of a lot of people? And for the stage part, live part, I think I'm not really confident right now. I tend to be more and more. But I remember the first show we played with Marius, and it was the best of emotions for me, and it was really hard to just be confident. And I just looked at my my socks all the show and didn't look in the audience. So for the live part, I have to work on it, but for I guess the career part, I just believe that we can all do it if we want to.
That's a very good point to make. It's a very, very, very good point to make. And I personally feel like you're living your best life now. You've already started living your best life, and it's going to continue to evolve. Yeah,
I guess, I started to grow to one day achieve my best life. Right now, well, in a way, I'm living my best life because I couldn't do more than what I'm doing. I'm doing the most I can from me. So yeah, you're right. Right now, I'm kind of living my best life as an 18-year-old teenager from Nîmes.
And how would you encourage, let's say, somebody 4 to 6 years younger than you?
In music or like any career?
Let's keep it to music.
Okay. I would say grab an instrument that you like and just try to find in your heart what you're good at and what you really want. And if what you really want is being famous, making it in the music industry, just believe in yourself and don't think about people that are making fun of you, because it will happen in high school and university always. And I would say, well, I did not make it right now. I'm just really a nobody, so I can't imagine what it's going to be if one day I'll make it. But I would say just believe in yourself, because we're all great, except from people that are voting for Trump. But except those people, I think we're all great. So I would say to this guy or girl, just be the greatest you can, and one day it will happen. I am Milan from Rosebud, and you're listening to BST LYFE Radio.
Thank you.
You know what? That's the best interview I did. I did like maybe.
Wow. Yo, I gotta say, I really loved that interview myself. Matt, shout out to Milan. Everyone, please go follow Rosebud on Instagram at Rosebud. That is ROSEBUD. Once again, that is ROSEBUD on Instagram. And this is Sleep at 8 by Rosebud on Spotify.
I think that must know how weak I am. I think I don't know who I really am. I need a formula to feel good. Need something bigger, I understood. I don't have much time to think about it. I'm losing my time, I have to embrace it. The fact we're going to die someday. The fact we don't have much to say. Spending time losing it every day. Spending time pretending that we play. Do you think it's okay to be afraid of living? Oh. Do you think it's okay to be afraid of giving up? Tonight let's go to sleep at 8 and leave the world beside my bed. Tonight let's go to sleep at 8. It will give some rest to my head. But if I'm sleeping, I lose my time. I don't know how to pretend I am fine. Oh. I'm over it now, I'm giving up. We need to get focused, hurry up. I don't wanna see them anymore. I'm gonna leave my problems on the floor. I remember when I was a kid, everything felt fun. That's a lie, I was angry when I couldn't go to sleep at night. And now I'm feeling sick at A. I want you out of my bed, leave my body and my head. Do you think it's okay to be afraid of living? Oh. Do you think it's okay to be afraid of giving up? Tonight let's go to sleep at 8 and leave the world beside my bed. Tonight let's go to sleep at 8. It will give some rest to my head. But if I'm sleeping, I lose my time. I don't know how to pretend I am fine. I just want you to know I decided I must go. And if I feel bad about it, it's just because I admit I'm pretty bad at living, but pretty bad at dying too. Pretty bad at singing things that might offend you. Pretty bad at smiling, pretty bad at telling why I should be surprised while you destroy me every week, every night and every time. Tonight let's go to sleep at 8 and leave the wall beside my bed. Tonight let's go to sleep at 8. It will give some rest to my head. But if I'm sleeping, I lose my time. I don't know how to pretend I am fine. Oh, oh. I think that much know how weak I am. I think I don't know who I really am.
That moment when you wish you had blowhorn so you can go the meow 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 meow.
We'll get those sound effects ready to go for next time. But
Dude.
yeah, that's a amazing song, man. This guy's 18 years old.
Yeah, bro. Well, 19 in France. But who's counting?
Well, things are different over there in France.
French is a little strange. Just a little bit.
Well, just everywhere is just a bit strange.